Hey, good morning, guys. Today we're going to go over how to save your project in Reaper. Okay, it's a real simple process. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is come up here and just double click and start a track. I'm going to come up to my options, down to preferences. And as you can see right now, I've got my ATR 2100 selected. Now, it's because I'm using the wave out. If I wanted to use my 16/8, my task cam, I would have to use the ASIO file, which now gives me inputs 1 through 16, because that's what my interface is. Now also I can come out here on my outputs and I can go 1 through 8, again, because this is built into the interface. Okay, but for this example, we're going to simply come with the wave out. And this is if you have a microphone of this style to where you can simply just plug it in via your USB port. Okay, now I can also select the US 16/8 with the wave out, but as you can see, it only gives me 2 channels now. Okay, and that defeats the whole purpose of the interface. So I'm going to go back up here. We're going to select the ATR 2100. We're going to click OK. Now, what's the purpose of this video? Okay, well, this happened just the other day, and I'm getting ready to do an interview, or I'm getting ready to work on a piece of audio, and then you get interrupted. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is save this project. Okay, so what I'm going to do is simply come up here and hit Save Project. And where are we at? There's Dana, June 2nd. Okay, and I actually saved this beforehand. But we're going to do this a different way now because I want to show you a couple different ways you can do it. Now we're going to hit Save Project As. As you can see, it opens up that folder. But we're going to go to Desktop now, and I'm looking for my interview. And there we go, Interview June 2nd, 2017. And we're just going to rename this Dana. It doesn't truly matter what you name it, just as long as as it's separate. And I'm going to show you why. So now we've changed it there. Okay, so now I'm going to arm this track like I'm going to record. Now, as you can see in here, I'm looking at my input meter, and I'm coming in around a -9, a -8. It's going to come up depending on how I talk with my voice. Okay, but I want to get a better look at that. So I'm going to bring up my meter. I'm going to put it on the master track. And as you can see right now, it's not doing anything. Okay, it's not registering at all. And these are the numbers I'm looking for down here. So I'm simply going to come up here to where I've armed it, and now I'm going to hit Monitor Input. Now I'm going to be silent. I don't want to look at this number. I want to look at this number down here. And the reason being is simple. Because when I do my mouse clicks, it's going to sit there and pick that noise up. So I'm simply going to be silent and look at this. That is my noise floor. Okay, so it's running in the high 50s. Not too bad. Right now my computer's doing maintenance, and it is screaming on the fan. So as you can see when I do my mouse click, that's why I don't, watch it again, watch this meter. See, that's showing a -38. So that's the sound of the mouse. So I'm at this point right now. And I go, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and save this project. Now I'm going to hit Save Project As, and I'm simply going to go Dana 1. So now I'm at Dana 1. Okay. So now let's say I come up here and I'm getting ready to do my podcast. We don't need this meter anymore. And let's say that I'm going to throw a compressor on there. Okay, I'm going to switch this, and we're just going to make it a nice warm compressor. It's just barely going to catch these peaks over here. Okay, now listen, guys, I'm showing you this as an example only. Okay, look at my output up here now. Okay, now it's changed to a -5.9. Now I'm still fine with this, but it's because of these makeup gains and the output gains. So I'm going to zero these back out. And now if you look up here, we'll re-zero this meter. And now I'm back around the -7. All this matters on your input levels. Okay, you have to be real careful when you start doing this as you get ready to record. And I say, okay, well, I'm going to use the compressor this time. So now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to save this project. Save project as Dana, backspace, 2. Or I can name it Dana Compressor. Okay, and that'll help me, see exactly what I'm doing up here. So now, I'm getting ready to do this. The phone rings, and I've got to run out of the office, or I've got to run out of the house. And I say, okay, well, I'm not going to leave all this stuff set up and running. I'm simply going to close it out. And that's what I've done. Now, I can open up Reaper. As you can see, it brought up the last project I was working on. Okay, everything's still here. All my meters are still here. My compressor, my FX, my input, my record, my monitor, everything is still here. Now, let's say I wanted to go back and say, okay, well, I don't want that particular one. We're going to say no. Okay, so now I can come over here to my folder. See all my different ones right there? So let's open up the original. And there it is. That's with everything just the way that we started. And I say, okay, well, that's right. I had other things set up. So let me go ahead and check with number 1, Dana number 1. Okay, here's my meter. Here's my meter without, or the program without the compressor. So it's just that simple to save your project in Reaper. Initially, you just save your project. Then every time you make a change to it, I highly suggest, just like any work that you do on a computer, you go up there and you click Save As, and you start naming your files. Okay? That's it for today. God bless, take care, and we are out of here.